everyone, today I will briefly summarize our group report on the long-term investment value of Flight Centre Travel Group, including our key analysis, investment recommendation, and the main challenges we encountered during the research process. In Task 1, we identified 3 core investment themes that are critical for FLT's long-term value creation. First is the digital transformation and integration. We interpret digital transformation more as a supporting infrastructure rather than a direct profit driver. While it improves productivity, reduces repetitive work, and enhances customers' experience, it also involves ongoing costs. Therefore, in our forecast, we assume that digitalization provides moderate support to operating margins in the medium term because its competitive advantage may diminish over time as it becomes industry standards. Second is the value capture across the travel value chain. We distinguish between front-end revenue and back-end revenue. We believe front-end revenue has greater potential for sustainable growth as it reflects the company's ability to capture value from customers. However, these new revenue streams are still relatively unstable and require further validation. Therefore, we maintain a consciously optimistic view and avoid overestimating revenue growth. Third is portfolio optimization. FLT is actively restructuring its business by exiting underperforming segments and focusing on higher value areas such as corporate travel, leisure, and luxury travel. While this strategy improves long-term profitability potential, and it currently involves front-loaded investment, meaning that the benefits are not fully reflected in current earnings. As a result, we interpret these themes as moderately positive, but not strong enough to justify aggressive valuation assumptions. In Task 2, focusing was particularly challenging due to the distorted historical trends caused by COVID, industry normalization, and business restructuring. To address this, we use recent normalized years as a baseline, avoid double counting the impact of multiple drivers. Our overall approach reflects a transition from short-term recovery effects to long-term stable growth, with assumptions gradually converging to a steady state. For valuation, we use the rest-to-income model. Our assumptions are deliberately conservative, especially in terminal growth rate, sustainability of exit returns, and long-term competitive advantages. Despite this, our valuation result is still higher than the current share price, which supports a buy recommendation. We also conduct sensitivity analysis focusing on cost of equity and terminal growth rate. This reflects that valuation is highly sensitive to macroeconomic uncertainty. Therefore, our recommendation is not purely optimistic, but rather a conservative buy with acknowledged risks. On the flip side, many management strategies such as AI adoption or portfolio optimization are conceptually clear but difficult to directly translate into financial metrics like revenue growth or margins. To address this, we relied on extensive reading of financial reports and conservative adjustments rather than aggressive assumptions. Another key challenge was calculating NOPAT for different business segments, as the company doesn't disclose after-tax data by segment. Our solution was to estimate NOPAT by using the formula as follows: operating profit times 1 minus company-wide effective tax rate. However, we acknowledge that this method may introduce errors, especially when segments have different tax conditions or there are one-off restructuring costs. Despite these limitations, we still choose this approach because it provides a transparent and consistent framework for analyzing segment contributions. In conclusion, while FLT has clear strategic direction and long-term value creation potential, many of its positive drivers are still in the process of being realized. Therefore, our final recommendation is a conservative buy, supported by cautious assumption and recognition of macroeconomic risks. That's all. Thank you.